Hi viewers around the world, welcome back to this podcast show. Once again, my name is Opeyemi Falana. I'll be your host. So, welcome to today's episode of the series Real Talk, Real Friends, Real Future, and Real Focus.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Oluwafemi Olushola Kapunda. I'm a youth leader, music minister, a preceptor, and a journalist. And it's an honor to be here once again.
Thank you very much once again. We appreciate your effort for coming to the show once again.
You're most welcome.
Okay, to the question of the day. There's this controversial topic that always goes around that after school. What is the next? What do you think it should be next? But let me just put it straight to you. Why is it compulsory for teenagers to go to school?
Well, going to school is not just for teenagers. Going to school is for everybody because there's a difference between schooling and Western education. So I believe that the question is, why is it compulsory for teenagers to be educated? Every form of learning that we pass through or that we go through is schooling. We have most of our parents, our aged parents and grandparents that didn't have any form of formal education. And they did well for themselves and they are doing well for themselves. So any process of learning that we pass through in a bid to become something or to take out something out of it or to make yourself out of it is actually considered schooling. So now you should go back to why is it compulsory for teenagers to go to school to be educated?
Yeah.
It is compulsory for teenagers to get I wouldn't want to say go to school. I would want to say to get educated because without it, you can't fly at the same level with your peers.
You cannot fly with your peers.
With your peers.
Can you explain about that one better?
Okay, so what it means is that education gives us a leverage. There are some gatherings. There are some quorums, there are some forums, there are some meetings, there are some people, there are some connections that you will not be able to have attained or achieve or have if you are not educated. Now, this one I'm not talking about schooling. If you are educated, you will meet with both people that both have Western education and informal education. But the reason why you will be there or you'll be considered someone of value will be because you went to school. See, let me tell you, even if you are a shoemaker and you went to school, you are an educated shoemaker, your own form of shoemaking will always be different
from the person that
just in fact, the person may be better than you in the act of shoemaking, but because you went to school, your own exposure is different, and your level of clientele will be different from the person that just learned the act of shoemaking without going to school. Why? Your first prospective customers or first people that will buy things from your hand will be people that you went to school together. So they cannot be offering you the kind of money that they will offer a roadside shoemaker because they know that apart from making the shoemaking, you actually went to school. So they are paying you for both your intellectual capability and also what you can do with your hands. So that is why it is very, very important and very compulsory for everybody to go to school. It gives you a leverage. There are some people in this world that they became who they are today. They became someone of great value today because of education. Not really because of where they came from, because we have some people that their background, if you are talking about background, forget it. Their background is supposed to put their back on the ground. But that didn't happen because they had education. They were educated. They moved with people. They had exposure. Do you understand as well? They can relate with virtually everybody in the world because of that. Education is, I used to tell people at times, I said, it's better that you go to school and you didn't get to use your certificate than for you to not go to school and not have a certificate. It is always something that is not good because any opportunity can come anytime and they will ask you, bro, how far do you have anything? What do you even study? Because you're not saying, I'm just doing shoemaker or something. Do you understand now? Yes. They may not, it might be good. I don't know why I'm just talking about shoemaking. It could be any other skills. It could be hairdressing, it could be tailoring and all that. You may be good in that, your area of specialization, but the certificate will even give you
more leverage.
It will put you there first, then your professionalism will not sustain it. But when you don't have it, and don't forget that we are in Nigeria.
That's true.
You have to know that. You have to know what you're doing. So to school, you get educated, you still learn a skill.
Sure. Because if you
So
don't learn in school, you can be forfeited.
you can be forfeited. In Nigeria now, everybody has to have a multiple source of income. That's what they are telling us. That don't rely on just one source. Make sure you have 2 or 3 things that are giving you money.
That brings money
That
every
brings
day.
money in. So you can be educated, but that doesn't mean that you won't do any other thing that you want. We have some people that they are naturally artistic. They like music. They can play music. They can do music. In fact,
can
music
play
is
drums, they can
drums.
play
Music is their
instruments.
calling. But we always tell people that make sure that you go to school first. Even if you will do music, make sure that you have a certificate on a relevant course. Now, when we are talking about education, what is it? It's just for us to go there, get enlightened, get knowledge, so that we can solve the world problem. When you can solve world's problem, when you can provide solution to the problem of the world, then you become somebody of value. Money will now be looking for you. You will not be the one looking for money. You will not, because they know you have value. If they meet with you, you will solve their problem. So when you become a troubleshooter, do you understand now? You become a problem solver. That's the and when you become a problem solver, money will begin to follow you.
Money will follow you.
Money, you won't have to look for money. So it is not only teenagers that need to get, even youth, all of them, you have to take our formal education. We have to take it very seriously. When you go to school, make sure that your primary assignment is to pass your exams and come out with good grades. Every other thing can fall into place. You can now finish your schooling and after your parents that you are not using your certificate to work, like you want to do music, you want to play football, you want to do this, you want to do that, but at least that certificate
have something.
It can be a piece of paper, but I'm telling you, it's a bragging right. When you're talking about graduates, you will also be able to come and talk.
I'm also a graduate.
If they are calling graduates, even you, the way you present yourself, the way you carry yourself will be different from, even if you are selling a wagon and bread and you went to school, your packaging, your steez, do you understand? Like the Gen Z call it, will be different from just all those mama that was just, even though those mama may know how to do their wagon.
Very more than you.
And in fact, you can become somebody that will be contracting your own work for those mama. They will make it for you, and you will just be serving as a middleman. Do you understand now? So all these things are advantages of education. Everybody needs to go to school. It is very important. It's always there. I don't know if you go to Tipa garage, if you go to Rita,
garage,
you will know. Even from their dressing, you will know that this person circumstances that made him to be doing this thing. And they are also always vocal. When you see somebody that is a graduate, they will be vocal. I've entered plenty marua that from here to Rita, I've already know that the person is a graduate. Because something would have happened on the road and they would have been like, so they're always very vocal about their case. They let you know that it was circumstances that made it happen. And one thing I also want you to know is that they have more hope than somebody that is doing marua and is not educated. Because the circumstances that made them there, if the circumstances change, they will leave marua and they will go back to their true calling. But somebody that does not have a certificate, that has become a forever life something for them. So they will always have to, they can't back out. They don't have a contingency plan. That's what we call it. Certificate gives you contingency plan. So if the marijuana have no work again, you can dust your certificate and then you look for a white collar job. So
okay,
that's it.
Checking a good statement coming from Mr. Femi this afternoon. I hope we have learned some 2 lessons. Me, I've gained a lot. Let me just give you one key point that I mentioned. You cannot fly with your peers if you don't have a good education. Because if you have a good education in this world, you take you places. It will open doors for you. It will open better opportunities for you. If there's no good education, you just be competing with some local people that are not qualified at all. You just be competing, okay, they will be bringing some stupid offers to you. You're like, and I've not, why did I go to school? But what I'm just telling you is that anybody viewing this content today, make sure you are educated. Though. Education is not a scam. According to what people always say outside now, education is not a scam. But if you are educated, it will open doors for you. It will open opportunities for you. You can be an important person in the world. You may have a poor background, though. Now, don't let it render you useless. You can have a poor background and become the best of the best. That's what I'll just say. Thank you, everybody, for joining our broadcast this afternoon. Thank you for listening to the opinions from the guests. Thank you for listening to our broadcast for so far since morning to this very moment. I hope you have gained 1 or 2 lessons from the guest. So let me just put this out. Education is not a scam. Education is never a scam. You start learning from your childhood days. You start learning from your infancy. Immediately you came to this world, you started going to school. your home is your school. So what I just say is that education is never a scam.